very much, Matt. Good morning. Welcome all of you to City Hall. I am delighted that you are here today. It's a little chilly, but I'm happy you are all here this morning. I want to begin by saying yesterday morning I visited several churches here in the city of Milwaukee and talked a lot about the challenges that we face, the employment challenges, the jobs challenges, the education challenges, the safety challenges. But without a doubt, the response was strongest when I talked about the failure that we are seeing right now because of this decision to create jobs in this community. And I think every single person here is most concerned about jobs. And that is what I'm concerned about. That is what the people of this community are concerned about. That's why this decision is so disappointing.
Yes, it is.
And I cannot think of another instance in the history of this state, and I've asked my staff to begin doing the research on this, but I cannot think of an instance in the history of this state where we have ever turned back a competitive grant this large in the history of the state of Wisconsin. And quite honestly, I don't know that we will be able to find in the history of this country a competitive grant this large that has ever been sent voluntarily from one state to another state. Because this is a happy period right now for the workers in California. This is a happy period right now for the workers in Florida.
Yes, it is.
Because they have leadership in those states that recognize that this has always been about creating jobs where people can support their families.
That's right.
That's what this has always been about. What are we going to do to create jobs to allow people to support their families? And the decision that was made by the governor-elect to allow these dollars, $810 million, to leave this state and create jobs in California and Florida is a decision I think that this state will remember for decades to come. And I talked last week to Secretary LaHood, and he said, well, there'll be another competitive round coming up. And he said, so if the state wants to apply, they certainly can. And I remember thinking, but we won't apply. We won't apply because the priority is not to create these jobs. That is clearly not the priority right now for the new administration. And to me, that's the most unfortunate part, is that in this community, in many communities throughout this state, we still have unemployment that is way too unacceptably high.
That's right.
And what all of us have been focusing on is trying to get these jobs in place so people can support their families.
That's right.
We believe it will improve transportation. We believe it will improve economic development. But really, we have to understand what this has been about, and it's been about jobs. And I just ask the people behind me, the people who are here today, to stay with us. Because we may have lost this battle, but we will continue to fight for jobs, because that's what the people of this state want. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.